All right, we're going to get right into it. Today I'm going to start the video off with an FBI whistleblower, okay? And if you guys are paying attention lately, the whistleblowers that are coming out against what's going on are actually getting snuffed out. But I want you guys to listen very closely to this whistleblower. He's from the FBI. He's been persecuted because he's trying to get the word out, and he doesn't like what he sees.
And everybody in the minority party, they're fearing what Donald Trump would do in the next administration, while they sit here and they look at the guy who's been persecuted by the FBI. And everybody in the room understands it. Mr. Allen, do you have comments you wish to make? I'll give you about a minute and a half, and then I want to turn the rest of my time to Mr. Jordan.
Yes, sir. I would just say that I consider the hearing today my last act of service as a public servant for the United States of America. And I'll give you my professional opinion. I was an intel professional for our country for many years, and I would give recommendations, and I'd also look at indications and warnings. So I would offer this to the American people as my warning to them. Since this is a warning to the American people, I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct. I've been persecuted along with Garrett, Steve and Kyle, and countless other whistleblowers. It is my opinion that the Bureau used reprisal and fear to control the workforce. It has been a seemingly effective tactic. I personally believe that there are no current effective checks and balances against them conducting lawless action with any type of correction in a legitimate time frame. I welcome the work of the IG, but I think any type of lawless action, there's no legitimate time frame to rein them back in. Their ability to overclassify information can allow them to stonewall forever. To the American people, you have a duty as a citizen to vote, and I strongly urge you to do so. It's how you participate in the American experience. I know people have doubts about election integrity, but you must vote. It is your claim. Stake your claim and don't forfeit it willingly. Have your voice heard. My other recommendations are in the natural order. First, vote. The second is the Second Amendment. Arm yourself and know how to defend yourself. Make 3 to 4 friends in your neighborhood and promise to come to each other's mutual aid in times of hardship. And during the Great Depression, people stocked up a pantry. So I think that's a good practice, especially in our economic times, and make sure you have 3 to 4 months of food. And as a person of faith, I'd say pray the rosary. Go to the First Friday devotions. That's for everybody, all my brothers and sisters of all faiths, and I know I'm Catholic. And read the gospel of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and live it every day. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for the time.
You know, Mr. Allen, the fact that there are servants like you who have been born up under persecution that a lot of political leaders in this country do not care about is the thing that heartens the American people, and I'm confident the American people will resolve the situation.
That was pretty chilling, right? I mean, he is literally telling y'all the best that he can that you should be prepared because you're basically at war with your own government. Now, yesterday I did a story about the North Carolina flooding in Tennessee, and I'm letting you guys know that that is a coordinated attack, right? They're using weather modification to send in excessive amounts of rain to wipe out and displace all of these folks. It's no coincidence that you had the storm and then the longshoremen went on strike, and I'm going to talk about the longshoremen in a video coming up, just so you understand what's going on there a little bit. But there's no coincidence there, all right? Now, what I want to do too now is I want to draw your attention because Kamala Harris is actually running for president of the United States, okay? She's the vice president for the last more than 3.5 years because the election's next month. So for more than 3.5 years, she's been vice president, and now she's on the, she's out there in North Carolina, and this is what she says about the residents in North Carolina.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity, but also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online, and I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and then the process should take hold.
$750. Can you even imagine that? Like when you go to the grocery store right now, you can't even get out of there probably without $200 plus, just in a shopping cart full. Now, at the same time that they want to give $750 to every North Carolina resident who's been displaced, it's unbelievable. They gave $700 per person to the victims in Maui, right? And they're still not doing anything over there. Same thing that's happening in North Carolina. People are showing up. They're not letting people in. I've heard stories where they're literally confiscating the supplies that people are bringing, putting them into a big pile, and then burning them. I have not verified that story yet, but that's FEMA, okay? And I heard that story and I thought, that is very interesting. I'm going to drill down on that a little bit, and maybe I'll have a follow-up video for you guys on that. But I want to bring to your attention that in San Diego, supervisors okay a $20 million FEMA, F-E-M-A, for Migrant Welcome Center. Okay? $20 million. That's just one of them. Also, in fiscal year 2024, they were awarded $640.9 million. What does it say? To enable non-federal entities to offset allowable costs incurred for services associated with non-citizen migrant arrivals in their communities. Talk about a slap in the face. And that's not even the best part. Here's a list right here of all the other monies that we've sent to other countries while our citizens are suffering under all this nonsense, right? So I just want I want you guys to fully understand, like, I'm not just making videos, to make money or to scare you. I mean, I am very cognizant, and I can clearly see what's going on with my own eyes. And I'm trying to present you guys all of the evidence so you can get your house in order. Because things are going to get rough. We're going through a rough season. And I really want you guys to prepare, because Stacy and I, we actually care about humanity. There is no other motivation here. I'm trying to get you this information so you can break away from the narrative and understand that America is literally under attack right this second. Okay? And they're lullabying you, and they're tricking you on the news. They're not showing you the important stuff. They're not showing you the devastation over there. They're making it sound like it's just a couple of people. Y'all, what is over there is probably one of the worst natural disasters, not even natural, probably one of the worst disasters that has ever even hit our country. And you won't know about it until later on, until we can actually get the real truth, okay? But please understand, as sure as you're breathing air right now, every day that we get closer to the election is going to cause more trouble in your life. Okay, it's more trouble in your life. You got that? I will see you guys on the next video. Stacy's getting ready to host her women's conference. It's going to be the bomb. If you want to get tickets, you can go to homesteadinglifeconference.com. And you can actually get a ticket if you're really frisky. Like, you have to be frisky, and you have to be like, I'm going to go for it, because the thing starts tomorrow. So you'd have to get here and enjoy it for the 2 days. Okay, it's a Friday, Saturday event. It's going to be a really good time. Homesteadinglifeconference.com. That's where we have all of our conferences. We hold conferences every year so we can help educate you guys hands-on. We teach you all this stuff hands-on. We have 1,500 videos to help you survive without the grid, without power, without the government. How to grow food, how to manage your life without any outside inputs. You know what I mean? And that's what we do here, okay? Share this video with your friends. What the main goal right now, really, seriously, in all seriousness, the main thing right now is trying to wake people up, because everyone is so sleepy and so dumbed down about it. How literally can anybody be pulling a vote for Kamala Harris when we see this kind of stuff going on? They've had power for the last 12 of 16 years, and we are in crisis. Our whole country is in crisis. Who could vote for Kamala Harris, right? You have to understand, it's called the hive mind, and people have it. Think back to COVID. That was their litmus test, and I'm very sad that we failed that test miserably. Miserably, especially as a free people in America. They run around all the time. I know I'm going to get out of here, but they run around all the time right now talking about body autonomy and you should be able to do what you want and the government shouldn't be able to tell you what to do with your body. But the Biden administration used OSHA to mandate jabs at your job. Let me repeat that. The Biden administration used OSHA to mandate jabs at your job. And then they took it off when it was challenged and they lost. They would have lost. They lost. So that's the only reason why they stopped doing the mandates for your job to get the COVID jab, is because they lost the court battle because they were using OSHA. Okay? That's the Biden-Harris administration. Okay? So I just want you guys to understand this stuff. Stay vigilant out there. Please keep your head on a swivel. There's a lot of knife attacks going on. I'm trying to keep a little pulse on all this stuff, man. Please, just be careful when you're out there in the public space. Make sure you're watching your space to, people aren't coming up on you and invading your space, all right? It's time for you guys to all just get a little more involved in your daily activities, all right? Share this video with your friends. This is very important stuff, y'all. I am a firm believer that this is it. Everything we've ever heard, the time is now. Okay? See you guys on the next video and share it with your friends.